into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune into my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Breathe it in.
Hello.
Breathe it in. Hello, you
everybody.
beautiful souls. It is a brand new month. It's December the 1st. We've made it this far, guys. The year is almost done and dusted, but this day obviously carries a very special relevance. Lest we forget, I know so much focus has been on COVID-19, but today being the 1st of December is World AIDS Day. That epidemic is still raging on, and we need to do whatever we can to raise awareness. So today we're going to be discussing, and I cannot wait to meet this incredible group of people, some young people currently living with HIV and AIDS who are telling their story in the most dramatic and positive way. So I'm looking forward to, believe it or not, getting into that story of hope as opposed to a negative one on this important day.
Absolutely.
And just to hear the stories, you know, with a positive message and just an outlook on life of people living with AIDS and having to deal with it every single day. Like you said, yes, we went through COVID and we're going through COVID, but AIDS is still with us. AIDS is still real. So we want to hear those stories of hope. And so if you know anyone that's doing good out there, please share that with us on the
Living
Expresso Show.
positively.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the term. So we've got a jam-packed show. We'll get into health matters as well this morning, being a Tuesday, and of course get back in the kitchen. But let's officially kickstart today's proceedings and get into those news headlines.
Thank you, team, and a very good morning to you. I'll start with your national news. Good news for motorists on the eve of the summer holidays is that the Central Energy Fund says the petrol price will drop by 13 cents per litre at midnight today. The price of diesel will, however, increase by 19 cents a litre, and that of paraffin will as much as 38 cents a litre. The drop in the petrol price is due to the rand's better performance against the US dollar. And World AIDS Day is celebrated today, and President Cyril Ramaphosa says although South Africa has the largest number of people living with HIV in the world, it's encouraging that over the last decade, the infection rate has dropped by nearly 60%. Dr. Bert Davis of the Africa Center for HIV and AIDS Management at Stellenbosch University says, even though SA has one of the most successful antiretroviral programs in the world, much work is still to be done to reach as many as 2.5 million HIV-positive people who are not yet on ARVs. We now move to news abroad, where a 6-meter-tall Christmas tree made from 3,000 plastic bottles has been unveiled outside a hospital in Mozambique's capital, Maputo. Environmentalists say that they used the bottles to encourage recycling, while the tree had been put in front of the Maputo Central Hospital's emergency ward to thank staff for providing health care to patients, especially those affected by COVID-19. And an almost perfectly preserved whale skeleton, thought to be between 3,000 and 5,000 years old, has been discovered in Thailand. The bones were found off the coast just to the west of Bangkok. Experts hope to find the 12-meter-long skeleton, thought to be that of a Bryde's whale, may provide a window on the past, especially for research on sea levels and biodiversity. And next, the world's loneliest elephant arrives for a new life in Cambodia. Now, yesterday morning, we reported on Oscar-winning and famous international pop star and singer Cher's efforts to have Kavan, once dubbed the loneliest elephant in the world, move from a substandard zoo in Islamabad, Pakistan, to a wildlife sanctuary of some 1 million hectares in Cambodia. Well, good news is that Kavan arrived safely yesterday afternoon, and Dr. Amir Khalil, a vet from Four Paws International, says an unstressed Kavan behaved like a frequent flyer during the flight. He was met by a welcoming committee, which included Cher herself, a Cambodian cabinet minister, and Buddhist monks who chanted prayers and sprinkled holy water on his crate to bless him. Kavan has spent 35 years in the zoo and has existed in isolation after his mate died in 2012. Cher described Kavan's arrival in Cambodia as the happiest moment of her life. And that's where I leave your morning headlines.
Thanks so much. So let's kick it off with footballing news. Unfortunately, not the best news from a Bafana's perspective. South African soccer star forward Percy Tau will be sidelined now for up to 2 weeks after pulling a muscle in training last week. The 26-year-old Bafana player missed his Belgian club Anderlecht's big clash against Standard Liège on Sunday. Tau is also expected to be absent for this Saturday's encounter against Zulte Waregem. Staying with football, in our Monday night action last night, Fulham stunned Leicester City 2-1 at the King Power Stadium, and of course in the English Premier League. 2 first-half goals by Ademola Lookman and Ivan Cavaliero securing the win for Fulham, now moving them out of the bottom 3. The Foxes scoring a consolation goal in the 86th minute with a left-footed shot by Harvey Barnes, assisted by Jamie Vardy. Then finally on to rugby news. World Rugby have announced that the Women's Rugby World Cup will now expand from 12 to 16 teams from the year 2025. This comes as part of World Rugby's plans for the development of women's rugby throughout the world. The next Women's Rugby World Cup will be held in 2021 in New Zealand, who are 5-time champions, of course. That's where we leave our sport for now. Let's take a look at the skies and see what's in store on the weather front.
Now, as we gear up for a brand new month, it's time for us to get into the first look at our weather report by having look at what the skies have in store for you today. Starting off with your sunrise pictures, Louise G. Sherry starts us off with this rich sunrise picture taken in Alberton Maybury Park. Do expect some showers anticipated at 70% chance of rain, intensifying around 3 p.m. in the afternoon. Mandilengai takes our focus with this overcast image of Southernwood in Tata. The rain continues with temperatures reaching a high of 24 degrees. Thank you so much for sharing your stunning sunrise pictures with us, Louise and Bandile. You too at home can contribute to our daily weather report by sharing your sunrise pictures with us on our social media pages, and we will show them live on the show. Thousands of people have fled the scene of a rumbling Indonesian volcano that has erupted for the first time in several years, belching a massive column of smoke and ash. The evacuation of more than 4,400 residents came as Mount Ililewotolok erupted, spouting a thick tower of debris 4 kilometers into the sky. There were no reports of injuries or damage. The crater's last major eruption was in 2017. Indonesia is home to some 130 active volcanoes due to its position on the Ring of Fire, a belt of tectonic plate boundary circling the Pacific Ocean where frequent seismic activity occurs. We bring it back home with today's temperatures, starting off at Polokwane, 1629. Do expect 25% chance of rain. Bombela, it's partly cloudy conditions for you. Also do expect some showers. Pretoria, 1628. Johannesburg, 1426. Mahikeng, you start off your morning with a low of 13, reaching a high of 31. Klerksdorp, 25% chance of rain to be expected, but it's a mostly sunny day. The sun is out to play in Kimberley. You will enjoy clear skies at a maximum of 31 degrees. Bloemfontein, 1329. Some thunder showers to be expected in Richards Bay at 40% chance of rain. The same goes for Pietermaritzburg. 40% chance of rain is to be expected. 1823 for Durban. Tata, 825. East London, it's a sunny day, 1523. Craddock, your temperatures range from 7, reaching a high of 29. Port Elizabeth, the friendly city, 1521. George, 1221. Cape Town, it's a rainy day. Do expect 55% chance of rain. Worcester, 826. Sutherland, you start the day off with a chilly 2 degrees, reaching a high of 22. And Uppington, 1231 are your temperatures for this Tuesday. This was the first look at your weather and sunrise pictures. We'll have another look at the top of the hour. But for now, whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to have yourselves a feel-good kind of day.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy Tropica. Flip the cap. If you find smooth, you stand a chance to win smooth prizes. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Yeah, now that summer's here, I think we're all feeling a little bit smoother, eh? December, baby. It's here. Well, we've been chatting all things smooth and not smooth, and there have been there's been a bit of a buzz on social media with the Mzansi collective sharing their moments, and we've obviously had Dani Naidu and Nolo Piri previously on the show sharing some of their moments, but this is what they had to actually say on Instagram itself.
Yes, well, Nolo said there is nothing smoother than finally taking a summer road trip with a friend. #smooth.
I'm
That
down
just
with
looks
that.
so festive.
I'm down with that, yeah.
Denise Naidu gave her smooth and not smooth survival kit. She said, number one, get smooth and make your towel a vibe. That is
I
a
love
whole
that.
vibe over there, mama. Number two, blow up your beach balls before you get to the beach. It's not smooth or sexy making this happen on the beach, so that's fine, we get it. And then number three says, when all else fails, keep it smooth by sticking your tongue out at the not smooth moments, because life's a beach.
She is such a millennial. She's the most millennial that ever millennials. No, we absolutely love her. And then lastly, Mark Fritzengibbon weighed in saying, what do you think is smooth and not smooth this summer? Well, thanks at my Tropica for getting me summer ready.
How
Look at that.
exciting.
Very cool, man.
Very
Very
festive.
cool.
Now, Mark will be joining us in studio tomorrow morning live on your Feel Good Breakfast show, so don't miss out to hear all about his smooth moments. Plus, you could be having a smooth time this Friday for our weekly grand prize, a washing machine that is up for grabs. So make your day smooth and enter by buying a Tropica bottle with that red cap.
Are you smooth or not smooth? Buy any Tropica promotional pack, flip the cap, and if you find smooth, follow the details on the pack to stand a chance of winning smooth instant prizes with Tropica, such as headphones, mobile phones, travel start vouchers, police watches, sunglasses, and more. Plus, stand a chance of going into the draw to win weekly grand prizes live on Expresso every Friday by flipping a cap. TVs, washing machines, and microwaves up for grabs. The more Tropica you buy and find smooth, the more chances to win. Go on and find your smooth. Tropica, nothing smoother.
Only you can make my day.
5 awesome experiences up to the value of 5,000 Rand must be won with Immuenza on Expresso this November. Help boost your immune system with Immuenza and stand a chance to win a weekly giveaway of skydiving or cooking with a chef, advanced driving or shark cage diving. Answer the question on the Immuenza competition post on Expresso's Facebook or Twitter page using the hashtag Immuenza. That competition runs up until midnight December 1st. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and you are just in time for a visual treat. Now, exercise not only changes your body, it also changes your mind, your attitude, and your mood. And what better place to do a de-stress workout than at the beautiful Mdluli Safari Lodge with nature as its backdrop. Now, Nature Boy Ryle and myself, he showed me how it's done. So get up and join us this morning, because this is a workout that you do not want to miss out on.
Yo, what is up, you beautiful people? Welcome back. It's your Feel Good, and of course, we're doing something special out here at Mdluli Lodge in the Kruger National Park. And I'm joined by the beautiful Zoe Brown, and we're going to be shaking and baking and going through a perfect workout that I know you're going to love. And it's the perfect way to get you into the holiday spirit, of course.
Yes, and you know what? I think a lot of people will use this opportunity to maybe go visit family. They're just not going to probably get to the gym or have their gym equipment with them at home. So
true. And on top of that, it's been a year, let's be honest. So we're all holding a lot of stress, a lot of tension, and the last thing you want is to carry that into your holiday. So with all this tension, we're gonna deload, unwind, and decompress, right? So starting at the top of the neck, this is where we hold a lot of tension. Obviously, we're either on our cell phones, looking at all these beautiful holiday pictures.
Oh, we are guilty of that.
Or we've just been a little bit lazy. So what we're gonna do is roll your head down. So before we even do anything, you're gonna have your feet shoulder width apart, all right? Keeping a nice stable foundation. You wanna have your core slightly engaged for this one as well. And to start off, we're gonna be nice and tall. Taking a big breath in, looking up into the sky. What we're gonna slowly start doing now is working our vertebrae one by one, taking your chin, tucking it in towards your neck, and you're slowly going to work that vertebra one by one and relaxing and dropping all your body weight down as you slowly hang your arms in front of you. And we're just going to hold this dead hang for a few seconds and really just unwind, decompress, and start slowly breathing in as we get that stress to release itself. Hold that for one big breath. And then you're going to come up into standing position for me one more time. Hands straight up into the air. Stretching and reaching for the sky. Really feeling your body getting slightly taller as you do this. Getting rid of all that tension and the burden we've been holding in this year. And now we're going to slowly stroll back down to the ground now. And we're going to go into what I call a ape position.
Ape
yes.
position. Okay.
Seeing that we're in the wild, let's win in Rome.
Yes, we're
All right, so you're going to lower your body down to the ground now, and I want you to get your heels off the ground for this one. Okay, so what we're going to be focusing on here is both our hips, so getting that pelvic girdle to open up. This is something that also gets really tight when we're sitting, when we're relaxing quite a bit, so we want to get that movement to start increasing. So what we're going to focus on here is our position is tall and proud, opening up the diaphragm and opening up our hands. This is our in position, and this is where we're going to take a big breath in. Now from here, we want to slowly try and push our glutes behind us, getting those heels to go closer to the ground and bringing your hands forward and reaching in front of you. Big reach. This is where you exhale, and then from here, we're going back into that restart position. A big inhale, opening up the chest, big diaphragm, beautiful stuff. Big breath in, staying tall, and then let's repeat that again. So we're beautiful apes out here in the Kruger National Park doing the things.
It's actually excellent for just, like you said, releasing that tension in the hips.
Yeah, are you feeling that?
Joints, yeah, it's such a good stretch.
Let's go back for one more. And then opening up that chest, and then once again, this is opening up that diaphragm. It's going to help us to breathe and stay tall, especially when we eventually start to hunch over and start to really weaken ourselves at the end of the day. All right, so let's get back into that standing position now. So we've worked the upper body. We want to get some sort of a thoracic twist in. So what we're going to focus on here, it's going to be quite fun, is we're going to go into a lunge position firstly, and we're going to work on that psoas, and that's a muscle that connects the lower body to the upper body, keeps us tight, and what it does is it actually prevents us from getting a full breath breath in. So we shorten our breath unless we can stand tall and proud. So we're going to work on just stretching that, opening it up, and at the same time, get a good workout in. So we're going to lunge forward with the right hand, well, with the right leg, sorry, nice and low. So you can get that knee on the ground. Make sure this knee isn't past that toe. Perfect position there, Zoe. Now what I want you to do, open up your hands in front of you, and then nice and wide. And now we're going to rotate towards this leg. You'll feel a nice thoracic twist there. Then the opposite direction, one more time, and you'll start feeling that lower back, maybe even clicking and cracking. For you guys at home as well, you might feel this. You've woken up nice and early with us. And then you want to push it in front of you. All right, and you're going to lower your glutes down, stretching out that hamstring behind us, and then opening up, getting nice and high. And now you want to squeeze that glute and lift your hands up above your head. And this is where we get that psoas action. So we're really working the psoas nicely now. How are you feeling over there, Zoe?
I'm feeling good. You know what, I'm someone that sometimes struggles with my balance, so I just really need to focus on activating my core.
But that's perfect, and that's the beauty of this workout as well, is we actually are getting good stabilizer stimulation, of course, and we're working the core. So it's a perfect opportunity that you're mentioning that, because a lot of us at home are going to be wobbling all over the show.
Yes,
and that's
me.
not a bad thing. That means that we're just working on those weaknesses.
Okay.
All right, let's get back up into a lunge, and we're going to repeat that on the other side now. So what we would do is do this 6 each side, 12 in total, and you want to work on 3 sets in total. But let's move over to the left-hand side just for the sake of balance. So back into that lunge, and now of course we're going to open up those arms nice and wide. Big breath in. Let's rotate to the left-hand side, and then let's move over to the right-hand side. Keep breathing, enjoy your surroundings, enjoy the holiday, enjoy the chill.
And
Let's
this
go
is
in
such
front
a
of us right
beautiful
now.
place.
And now we're gonna lean back, working that hamstring. Absolutely love this one, especially for the runners. They're gonna love this. And then let's come up nice and tall, hands up above your head, squeezing the glute. And this is where we're working that psoas over here. So that glute squeeze is gonna get that psoas just to get a little bit more relaxed and into the holiday spirit as well. And then we can come back and stand up into a lunge. All right, so here's the last movement, which I absolutely love. It's gonna work the shoulders. It's gonna get that stimulation. It's gonna get our posture correct, working the rear and that posterior chain, and at the same time, again, also just stimulating the entire body. So what we're gonna do now is something called the supine position. So we're gonna go onto our knees and supporting our body weight with our hands just below our shoulders. So we're stacking ourselves nicely. And what we're gonna do is start off with something called the cat camel, which I absolutely love. So this is just going to get that relaxation and movement and fluidity back into the lower back. So it's called the cat camel for this reason. In the wild, we're simulating the wild animals, of course, so we're going to create a camel first. So the camel is pushing through your hands and getting those scaps to just press up into the air, and you want to get your navel to almost be forcing its direction towards your spine. And you're going to hold that for 2 seconds, nice and hollow, and then we're going to go into the cat. So you want to bring your head tilted up towards the sky now, and try to do the exact same thing with your rear. So your glutes are also pushing up towards the sky, and then we can start getting into a nice flow. So let's repeat that again. So we're going into the camel, pushing through, getting those scaps out, and then you want to go into our cat once again. And let's go for one more camel just to finish off. And then back into that neutral position. So now at this tabletop position, last finisher, which is perfect. We're going to work the shoulders, of course, so that's the delts, as well as the glutes, and get some strength back so that we don't go back into this position and we don't go back into our bad habits, okay? Yeah. We're going to raise our opposite hand and opposite leg at the same time. What that means is my right arm will go up in front of me, nice and straight, and at the same time, there we go, beautiful form. I think you've done this before.
I'm trying.
And then you're squeezing your glute, trying not to use your lower back in this movement for you guys at home as well. Try not to arch your lower back too much, stay neutral, but work the glute and work your shoulder instead. So you hold that for 2 seconds, try not to wobble all around the show. That means your core's engaged, and then let's go back down to restart, and then over to the other side. So again, Zoe, this is perfect for a little bit of a workout, working the core as well, which is so important. And of course, that's just giving you some extra calories to burn so that you can enjoy the buffets on your holiday. Look at you with that big smile on your face. That's what I love to see, back in that holiday spirit. But how did that workout feel for you?
I loved it. I'm in my element. I mean, there's something about getting your morning started with a workout. I'm outside where I love to be, and I mean, I can't complain. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous setting.
I definitely agree. You cannot complain out here in this beautiful setting, and what a beautiful way to start your day. The endorphins are flowing. We've got a big smile on our face, and I'm sure we're going to float right into the holidays. So myself and Zoe, have a beautiful one, guys. Thank you for tuning into your Feel Good out in the Kruger National Park. Have Have a beautiful one.
Ah, the FOMO is so real. I long for the bush, and you're a safari girl, so...
I am, and I'm going soon, so I'm
going
excited.
back? Oh, I look forward to seeing you in your safari hat. Absolutely love that. Well, we can't have a beautiful, wholesome start to the day without following it up with a beautiful, gorgeous, wholesome snack, thanks to our multigrain crisp bread from Provita.
Absolutely, especially given that our lives and lifestyles are truly demanding. Enjoying a healthy snack can become more difficult than it needs to be, and you don't want to undo all the hard work that you've just done with that workout, okay? Thankfully, bakers have the perfect protein-packed solution with these Provita Protein Power Bites. They're high in fiber, low GI, and taste absolutely divine. Join us as we show you exactly how to make them yourselves, okay? We're first going to take them through the ingredients that we have here on the table. I have some smoked salmon ribbons here that we have chopped up.
Beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
And you can use like salmon, trout. There are slightly less expensive options. You don't have to go kind of all
straight into
if you
it.
want a nice, beautiful fish protein. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have our chives here as well. Salt and pepper to taste, but we don't want to add too much salt because already we do have some salt from the salmon.
It's been cured, yeah.
Exactly. So this here is fat-free rather, smooth cream cheese, and this is the first part or the first base of, you know, our little snack.
Okay, then what I'll do is I'm going to mash up some beautiful avos.
Yes.
Yeah, avos are just gorgeous all year round in South Africa. We're so blessed, and we'll mix it with a little bit of lemon juice there. And that helps to prevent it from going brown. The acid actually keeps it green and fresh. That'll go on top of our salmon. Then I'll start that process now, actually. A little pickle to go on top, and this is really how easy it is to create a pickle. So what we're going to do is we've got a little bit of our red wine vinegar.
That's very interesting. So that's a mix of red wine and vinegar.
It's a kind of vinegar called red wine vinegar.
Oh, I never knew that.
It's got a lovely flavor profile, but obviously what you're wanting there is the acidity. Then a little bit of sugar, believe it or not.
Some sugar.
This is the basic stock standard of creating a pickle. You could do this with cucumbers, could be beautiful as well. Pickle some chilies. We just basically want to bring that to the boil. And once it's come to the boil, just turn it down and it'll result in this beautiful, look how pink and
so
gorgeous
pretty.
that pickle looks.
Pretty.
And that's going to add a little bit of
you can smell what's in there.
And it's going to be obviously a nice texture, but it's going to add a little bit of acidity to the end result. Okay, what are you doing on your...
Now I'm getting in here with the first base, which is the cream cheese, and just mixing it up with, of course, the smoked salmon ribbons and chopped chives. We're putting in a little bit of pepper, because we love to season with pepper in this house, and a pinch of salt, okay? Trust me, it may be a little bit, but it makes a whole lot of difference.
We've learned in this kitchen from all of the foodies that you have certain things that activate the flavors in other things. So, for instance, a little bit of acidity, lemon activates flavor, and salt, the reason why we use it on meat, the reason why we use it in dishes, it's not just to get the saltiness, and a lot of us crave that, it's to activate the other flavors. It enhances them, if you will.
That's true.
I'm going to go for quite a chunky guacamole here. Don't laugh.
Are you struggling to
I'm doing it on purpose. Well, you know what I'm trying to avoid is Avo going like
okay, fair enough.
and
No,
hitting our
that's
camera.
Fair. That's fair.
But I'm lucky that both of my kids absolutely adore Avo.
Really?
Yeah, which I think because it's so healthy. It's got so many beautiful kind of amino acids. It really is such a beautiful, and I'm not joking, that we get some of the best Avo in the world in South Africa. We had the Avo Growers Association on the show recently, and they've extended our season for good quality avos, which means the prices come down, which means that you've got absolutely no excuses.
Zero excuse. Now, the Provita packaging looks and feels natural because it's sustainable and is FSC approved, meaning it's produced from responsibly managed forests and renewable resources. We're all about sustainability. Live your best life, but do it sustainably, please, okay?
All right, so that's come to the boil. I'm going to turn that guy right down. Do you want to start assembling?
Of course. Let's do that. Everything looks so pretty. Oh my gosh.
Lovely.
You've done a great job, Jean. And assembling it is actually very...
Sorry, when we said bites, I didn't mean like, literally bite size. But I love this. It's all about... Okay, we'll start with 5. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first layer goes on.
Yes. First layer goes on, and I love that. This is also just perfect for any picnic, because a little later on we'll be picnicking with Chef Clem, which is exciting. So we're going to do that. We still have a little bit more time to kind of finish all the...
We've literally got about 30 seconds to go,
my
so maybe finish them
goodness.
off with the avo.
Yeah, leave me do that.
And of course, you can get this recipe at expressoshow.com along with all of our culinary inspiration. Then a little bit of pickle will go on top of that.
I'm very
What I
generous.
love about this is it actually says Pravita uses best ingredients to bring you a feel-good, flavoursome snack. It's a marriage made in heaven, man. It's
Literally.
meant to be. And then a little bit of pickle. Oh, that's beautiful. So you're going to get crunch, you're going to get texture, you're going to get bag loads of nutrients, and I'm going to top it off with a little bit of...
Oh, of course.
Just a little bit of microgreens to make it look foodie and professional. Oh, my word. Cheers.
Cheers to you,
Oh,
G.
ching, ching. Don't break just yet. Ching, ching. Recipe available at expressoshow.com. Go and enjoy.
Oh, you can make my day.
New Sensodyne Herbal Multicare. Sensitivity relief with natural herbal extracts.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Have a happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
You're live and you're living your best life with your Feel Good Breakfast Show right here on SABC3. Also, it is December, but it's also that time of the day where we get to wish you, our viewers, a very happy birthday. And it's a special one today because if you do share your birthday today, you share it with the beautiful Palesa Tembe. We actually have her on the line right now. Happy birthday, Mama! Happy birthday!
A very happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday! How are you, Bale?
Guys, I am good. I'm loving life. I woke up feeling very grateful this morning. I can't believe I'm 30.
That's a lie. Now that's a lie.
Day older than
Get
21.
your birth certificate, please. We want to see some receipts because we do not believe it. Also at 6:30, you look gorgeous. Can I just say 6:30, ball gown, full makeup, only a Pali birthday. That is definitely a...
Listen, I said to myself, I'm entering my 30s in style. This is my mood the entire decade. I don't know about you.
And we are all here for that. We need to know, Pale, as you enter, because 30 is a milestone, you know. And you are a graduate, you're an actress, you are a presenter on Afternoon Express. Just an all-round ball of energy. We're so enchanted by your personality. What is 30 about for you? What are you trying to achieve?
Sure, that is difficult. I think I've paid so much attention to the foundation and building the foundation of just who I am as a person, not only in my career, but just ubalisa.
Yeah.
So I think 30 now is now continuously to build that mansion. I want to build that legacy, that dynasty on top of that foundation that is who I am. I think I've already got a very strong foundation. So guys, it's time to get the bag. Let's work really hard. Let's start the families. And yeah, that's what 30 is about.
Oh, so exciting.
Truly exciting, man. We need to secure those bags.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our time to shine, baby girl.
It is. And you know what? I'm in good company. You ladies out there are doing the Lord's work in studio.
But listen,
So,
we know you probably have a long day and you're going to be celebrating, so we're going to leave you to it and enjoy the rest of your 30th birthday. Keep looking fabulous, keep slaying, keep securing the bag. We love you, Mama.
Woo-hoo!
I love you guys.
Wait, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Okay, so it's my cook-along today, cook-along Tuesday. We've got my baby brother in the loft. That's going to be absolutely amazing. We're whipping up a sibling dinner party.
That's
so
exciting.
it's all about that tonight. So I'm going to be sitting down with the siblings, with the family at 6 when the show ends, and then, yeah, having a good time.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Keep us some leftovers.
the rest of your birthday.
Bring us a bite here in the studio, man. Bye-bye. Please. Please. Okay, we could go on the whole day with Upalesa Tembe, but now it's time to get down to the real celebrities, and that is you, our loved and loyal viewers. Starting off with a video that goes out to Utoso. It says, happy birthday, God bless.
Happy birthday to Sosonia on the 1 of December. May God bless you richly in life. God bless you for everything you do. God bless you. God bless you.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Loving the birthday videos.
Yes.
We have another one, and this one is a happy birthday to Hope Tabile Shabangu. Enjoy your day and to the fullest, and that is from Retabile.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hope. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip, hooray. Hip, hip, hooray.
It's the innocent for me.
I know the matriculants when I see matriculants.
Yeah, you
they
can
are there busy writing exams, but they just had to wish their friend a happy birthday. We love to see it.
We're going to keep it going. This one is for Freddie Lynch. It says, happy birthday, Daddy. I love you. Enjoy your birthday with love, your baby Nisi. Check it out.
Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to Daddy. I love you.
Happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday to Daddy. But now, happy 24th birthday to Michelle Motloung. Here's a beautiful video for you.
Hello, Expresso Show. Happy birthday to my sister Michelle Motloung for turning today 24 years old. Mag God jou sal seën en jou dag wonderlik sal wees. Dankie vir al die jare dat jy ons ondersteun het, Sissa, en ons is almal lief vir jou. Happy 24th birthday, Michelle, and may God bless you for many, many years to come. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Michelle. Happy birthday to you. Mag God jou wonderlike dag seën, Sissa.
Oh,
Zoe was so captivated by the
beautiful
Afrikaans.
Afrikaans.
The voice.
Yeah, it
The
was...
voice, even the look.
Okay.
Well, happy birthday. This is a special one for Ronan Engelbrecht. The message simply just says, we love you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
He needs to blink twice if he needs us to come save him because happy 6th birthday. Clearly he's turning 6.
Oh, listen, we have one last one to get through. This one is for Trafton. This is happy birthday to my amazing husband, Trafton. God's richest blessings on your special day. Stay the absolutely awesome father, husband, and also grandfather that you are. We love and appreciate you so much. And this is from your wife, Felicia. Bye, Felicia. And awesome kids, Dante, Cody, Olivia, and baby Emily on your very special day. And of course, if you are celebrating today, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, truly. Now, if you'd like to wish someone a happy birthday, make sure to do so by sending those lovely videos that we absolutely love seeing. 15 seconds, please, on WhatsApp to 071-640-6551 so you can wish your loved ones a happy birthday live on the show.
Beautiful, beautiful. We love to celebrate all of your birthdays. So if it is your birthday, send them in, man. We love to celebrate those. But let's talk about sustainability. It's time for us to chat about how important it is to try and live a more sustainable life. The Earth's resources, as we know, they won't last forever. And global warming, we're seeing it every day, does affect every single one of us. It's a everyone problem. And as you know, I'm big on sustainable living. I think I really have become big on sustainable living since joining this show. I've gotten to meet so many interesting brands.
Yeah, but we obviously get to talk to the experts.
Yeah.
But I think lockdown has taught us all that.
much
I recycle on a different level now.
Yeah. Well, did you know that Nespresso's manufacturing has been carbon neutral since 2017, which is big, and they aim to have their entire supply chain from tree to cup carbon neutral by 2022. It's a big goal. It's a big one, but it's one that's possible that they can achieve. They've shown us.
Well, they've already gone a huge stride in being able to achieve this, and I think it's been a 10-year journey from what we've learned from their team in getting to this point. What I love is that they recycle all of their capsules and the coffee grinds. I mean, we've showed some cool things that they've made out of the recycled.
Pens.
You know, we've got artwork. We've seen an entire bicycle made. But the best part about this is that you can get in on the Recycling Act too. You can take your used capsules in the recycling bag that they give you to an Espresso boutique or booth, and I've already filled 2 of them.
Graham?
Okay.
Your budget, eh?
I like my coffee, boo. And even better is if you can't make it to one of their boutique stores, then the courier who is delivering your brand new capsules can pick up your recycling as well.
Well, they've made it easy for all of us to be a part of their recycling and their sustainability story. We really are part of the solution, which is fantastic. So when you do buy your Nespresso capsules, you know that you are part of a big story that's part of saving the globe.
Yeah, and speaking of the globe, a Guinness World Record will be broken, or has been broken, and we're going to give you the details on that and have a little picnic. Don't stray too far.
We chose some of the world's rarest local coffee crafts and refined them to create 5 distinct new tastes. After all, we are the choices we make.
Feel Good Breakfast Show. And now the Guinness World Record for the longest ocean paddle in 24 hours had stood at 214 kilometers since 2015 when a New Zealander achieved it. And now our fellow countryman Quinton Rutherford has broken the record. And he did so recently when he paddled from Cape Vidal to Thompson's Bay in Ballito. And now the veteran paddler who's paddled surf ski for almost 30 years now traveled 227 kilometers to set the new world record. And Quinton joins us this morning to tell us all about the amazing feat. Quinton, how are you doing this morning?
Oh, thanks, Senor.
I'm so good, and I'm feeling your pain, man. Look, I paddled a little bit of my lifeguard. I've done about like 12 Ks max, and it hurts. So I don't know how on earth you did like 10 times the amount. But I got to ask you though, there's two reasons why you did this. Obviously, the Guinness World Record being one, but you needed to push yourself and add to your country's sporting achievements. But then the other reason was to take the honor of your late friend. So I mean, can you tell me more about this, about your friend and how the idea came about to honor him in such a way?
Yeah, so my friend Mark Pera and myself did quite a few events, like surf ski events. So just before lockdown, he passed away in a plane accident. So I had the whole of lockdown, 3 months or however long we were in this lockdown, to think about what I could do. And it's probably an extreme thing, and it's something he would have enjoyed, and obviously myself, just being out on the ocean and the challenge of taking on this world record. So it was a perfect thing to dedicate to Mark and do in his memory and in honor of him. Mark was an extremely active and popular guy. He had won every single canoe race on the calendar. He was an Olympic sprinter. He was a big man, big shoes to fill. I thought this world record would be very apt for him and for myself to dedicate something to our friendship.
And what an awesome way to commemorate your friend by such a beautiful race. And, you've completed, I believe, 25 doozy canoe marathons, which is no easy feat. I mean, just one of these races alone is an absolute challenge. But just to give us more of an understanding and indication of your experience, how much of a challenge was this record to break? And then on top of it, what were the conditions like on the day?
It was something totally out of what I normally paddle in. The conditions were pretty extreme. I was 34 Ks out to sea in a big ocean current, like a 6 to 8 meter swell. So, and that was the only way I could break this record in that time. We broke the record in under 15 hours. And then we just pushed through for another hour and a bit just to put a few Ks onto it. Yeah, so the conditions were extreme. Sitting in the boat was extreme. A lot of back pain. It was a tough day out there. The route was to get to Durban, but I kind of fell short and ended up at Thompson's Bay, which happens to be where Mark actually lives. I finished in front of his house. The paddle happened on his birthday, the 13th, Friday the 13th. You couldn't put, I don't think there's a weatherman in South Africa that would put 180,000 Rand down and say that the weather's going to be like this on that day. It's like the coincidences are insane how it actually all came together. From raising the funds to doing the paddle to getting it right on the day. Yeah, so it was an exceptional day.
Look, you mentioned those funds you had to raise, which I believe was something in the amount or excess of 200,000 Rand, if I'm getting this correct, which to get the Guinness World Record adjudicators to attend the event and make everything official was obviously quite a task on its own, right?
No, it was a big administrative task to get it all together. It was insane how it all came together. We got sponsors. We opted for the commercial option because we needed sponsors to run a boat, to get the craft, the paddling craft, which I got from Finn Surf Skis. Spiltech Engine sponsored us, and then obviously our paddling community were a massive contributor as well. So we raised around 250,000 bucks. 180 of that went to Guinness Book, and the rest went to running the actual operation. And it came off, luckily, quite successful.
Those sounds like those 15 hours were absolutely all worth it. Quinton, I can't thank you enough for sharing this and doing this incredible feat for the rest of South Africa, of course, your friend and everybody else. But what is next? I mean, a man like you, I'm sure you hunger for more, and there's always an adventure that you're looking to crave. So what's next on your list?
Well, I'll be in Cape Town in December. I'm racing around the point. with Hank McGregor's wife, Pippa. So I got that in December, and then January we're doing the race from PE to East London, which is about a 240k stretch. And then the doozy will come around again. And then maybe we'll have a go at the doubles world record, which is quite achievable too. And my friend Hank said he'll jump in a boat and take me. I'll be a spectator in the back. We'll make him do all the work.
Oh, well, look, it's a huge congratulations from me and the rest of the crew out here to you, Quinton, once again, for adding to our nation's sporting pride. And that's Quinton Rutherford for you, ladies and gentlemen, the new Guinness World Record holder for the longest ocean paddle in 24 hours.
Well, summertime, it means fun times and, of course, the perfect opportunity for you to add something healthy, refreshing and a little spice to your life. Now, we've asked you to share your hashtag made by you iced teas, and we've received so many delicious recipes. So today we are sharing our second hamper winner, that is Heather Grant's delicious fresh pack Rooibos summer spiced iced tea. It is perfect for a festive picnic. But first, we asked Heather what inspired this recipe, and this is what she had to say.
The reason why I chose my fresh pack iced Rooibos tea is because Rooibos tea is such a healthy tea that is full of antioxidants. And the reason why I chose the fruits, because vitamin C are rich in our fruits and is healthy. It's an iced tea that any kid, any adults would enjoy on a blazing hot summer's day. Once again, thank you, take care and enjoy the day.
Well, we are taking some inspiration from Heather, and Jamie is going to show us how to make her summertime.
Yes, Heather, thank you so much for the inspiration, because really this is perfect for a picnic. It is summer, it screams summer, and I want to say, spice up your life, everybody in the world, spice up your life. So we're going to spice up your life with this very ease tea. So we're going to take 4 of these tea bags, the fresh pack, 100% Rooibos tea, and we're just going to pop it into some boiling water.
And what's amazing is it's the #1 tea, and what's great about Fresh Pack, it is 100% pure Rooibos, as you had mentioned, and it's also naturally caffeine-free, naturally preservative-free, and it contains polyethanol antioxidants.
So good for your body, good for your inside, good for your outside. This is going to boil for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then we're going to add our sugar. So here's my little chef tip over there. You're going to put this in to boiling water, only because, why are you laughing?
No, I love the chef tips. I'm here for the tips.
Because it's going to help, you know, the sugar dissolve easier. So that go in. You can use some alternatives if you want to do honey. I know you on a fitness journey as well. So honey would be a good substitute for this. And then some cinnamon. That is really going to enhance the flavors. Depending on your cinnamon palate, you can pop that in right now, and then that can boil together, or you can add it in a bit later. What do you want?
Let's add it now, because I can imagine if you add it now, it will bring out a stronger cinnamon flavor.
But you do know some people, you know, does not like that potent flavor of the cinnamon, so it is an option. So that is going to boil for about 5 to 10 minutes. You can see the beautiful colors just coming in, and then this is the cooled down version. So this is the tea over here that's prepared already. I'm going to take this off just in case we burn it, because my luck, we will probably burn it. So that is over there, and then it's the presentation of it all. So you're going to add your ice blocks in.
And what's nice about this is, I mean, it is really refreshing. You make it fun for the kids. I see you've got some fun ingredients here.
Definitely. So we're playing around with some citrusy fruit, and you can use absolutely anything. Grapefruit, we have strawberries, we have lemon here. So whatever you have in your fridge and your freezer, you just put it in. So over there is some ice blocks. You're going to pour your cooled over mixture that we had, the tea. And then this is where you get creative. So whatever fruit you have, we are using strawberries.
Strawberries. Oh, there's just something about fruit in any drink that just makes me very, very happy.
It's refreshing. And then our lemon, I would go with grapefruit as well.
Don't you think the grapefruit will add like a bitter?
But I like that.
You like that? Okay.
that taste. And then some mint. And then what Heather also told us, because Heather and I are on WhatsApp together, she said just do a little bit of cinnamon on the top.
Well, it is a summer spiced iced tea, and that is adding the spice.
And that is exactly how you are going to spend your summer with this beautiful iced tea.
Can I taste it?
You can, certainly.
Okay, cool.
I did sanitize it.
There we go. Thank you very, very much.
You don't have...
Oh, you know what's nice? You get that sweetness from the sugar you added, and also that cinnamon is coming through. Really good.
Perfect.
Really
Perfect for
good.
picnic, right?
It is perfect for a picnic. And also the best recipes are always #made by you. So if you want to be like Heather and share your homemade iced tea recipe using any fresh pack product, why don't you let us know on the Expresso Facebook or Twitter page? We do have the competition post up there for you to stand a chance of winning 5,000 Rand. Make sure you also include a picture and use that #made by you. The competition will be closing on Tuesday, the 15th of December. And those T's and C's can be found on our website. That's expressoshow.com.
Spice up your life. Spice up your life.
Enjoy delicious homemade iced tea this summer. Simply add fresh lime, berries, and honey to ice-cold Fresh Pack Rooibos tea. See on pack for more recipes. Fresh Pack, goodness comes naturally.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, it is your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, live on SABC3. Welcome back to it. Thank you very much for choosing to start your beautiful Tuesday morning with us.
Absolutely. It's also World AIDS Day, so we're going to continue that conversation with Dr. Emil Reid, who is in studio to give us all that information with regard to that. But right now, we are just 3 minutes before 7 o'clock, and it's time to get into those news headlines with Zoe.
Thank you, Jamie. I'll start with national news. The Western Cape's head of health, Dr. Keith Kluter, says officials are preparing for a rapid increase in hospitalizations in the public health sector. This as the province now has up to 6,000 COVID-19 cases over the past 7 days, double the figure from the previous week. He said there were more than 1,100 people in hospital, 244 of those in the Garden Route and 724 in the Cape Metro, and 142 people are in ICU. And student leaders have rejected Higher Education Minister Bladen Zimande's proposal of a 4.7% university fee increment. They said that they would not compromise on resolutions by the Fees Must Fall movement and that a 0% fee increase was non-negotiable. It made absolutely no sense to increase fees for the 2021 academic calendar due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, they said. And we move to news beyond our borders, where the World Health Organization is calling on countries and global health partners to step up the fight against malaria, a preventable and treatable disease that continues to claim hundreds of thousands of lives each year. An improved targeting of interventions, new tools, and increased funding are needed to change the global trajectory of the disease. Last year were 229 million malaria cases, with some 409,000 deaths. And the European Space Agency is contracting Swiss startup company ClearSpace to tackle the unusual job of removing a piece of space debris from orbit in a deal worth 86 million euros. It will be both the first ever mission to remove orbiting space debris and the first time the agency has contracted a private sector company to provide a complete end-to-end mission service. And next we have some local news from the first ever solo row over some 7,000 kilometers, and that is from Cape Town to Rio. 59-year-old Cape Townian Zirk Buta, a former naval combat officer, departs on the solo row from Cape Town to Rio de Janeiro, leaving from Granger Bay tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. He will be the first person to attempt this transatlantic crossing alone. Sponsored by a renewable energy concern, he is tackling the extreme challenge in support of the environment and sustainable development. The crossing requires him to row completely unassisted for approximately 100 days, 14 hours per day over some 7,000 kilometers in often treacherous weather conditions. He will have no supporting safety vessel, and he will be facing the threat of numerous tankers and other large vessels bearing down on him as he moves through shipping lanes. He hopes to finish at Cabo Frio, where the old Rio de Janeiro Yacht Club is, and ocean rowing is considered to be the ultimate challenge of human endurance, and our very best wishes accompany Zirk on his incredible journey. And on that note, that's where I leave your morning headlines. Let's take another look at your sport.
Thanks so much, Zoe. Let's kick off our sporting headlines with some footballing news, and unfortunately not the best news from a South African perspective, as our soccer star forward Percy Tau will be sidelined for up to 2 weeks. That was after pulling a muscle in training last week. The 26-year-old Bafana player missed his Belgian club Anderlecht's big clash against Standard Liège on Sunday. Tau is also expected to be absent for this Saturday's encounter up against Zulte Waregem. And staying with footballing action from last night, our Monday night action saw Fulham stun Leicester City 2-1 at the King Power Stadium. That, of course, in the English Premier League. 2 first-half goals, one by Ademola Lookman and then another by Ivan Cavallero, securing the win for Fulham, moving them out of the bottom 3. The Foxes, they did score a consolation goal in the 86th minute with a left-footed shot by Harvey Barnes, assisted by man of the moment, Jamie Vardy. And finally, showing the progression in women's rugby, World Rugby have announced that the Women's Rugby World Cup will expand from 12 to 16 teams as of the year 2025. So this comes as part of World Rugby's plans for the development of women's rugby throughout the world. The next Women's Rugby World Cup will, of course, be held in 2021 in New Zealand, who, of course, are 5 times champions. That's where we leave our sporting headlines for today. Let's take another look at your beautiful sunrise pictures and the weather.
We get into the second look at your stunning sunrise pictures, starting off with Verity Barnes-Herbert, who shared this beautiful sunrise picture from Riebeek West. You start your day with a low of 10 degrees and will reach a high of 21 degrees. Tande Gamgoza is showing off the picturesque landscape of Impendle in KZN with this bright sunrise picture. Your region can expect partly cloudy conditions with temperatures ranging from 9 degrees to 22 degrees. Thank you so much for your stunning pictures, Verity and Tandeka. And you too at home can contribute to our daily weather report by sharing your sunrise pictures with us on our social media pages, and we will love to show them live on the show. On to devastating weather news. Thousands of people have fled the scene of a rumbling Indonesian volcano that has erupted for the first time in several years, belching a massive column of smoke and ash. The evacuation of more than 4,400 residents came as Mount Ili Lewotolok erupted, spouting a thick tower of debris 4 kilometers into the sky. There were no reports of injuries and damage. The crater's last major eruption was in 2017. Indonesia is home to some 130 active volcanoes due to its position on the Ring of Fire, a belt of tectonic plate boundaries circling the Pacific Ocean where frequent seismic activity occurs. We bring it back with the final look at the temperatures in your part of the country. Partly cloudy conditions to be expected in Polokwane with a low of 16 and a high of 29. Bombela, 25% chance of rain is forecast for the day, reaching a high of 33 degrees. Pretoria, 16-28, some showers are also expected. Johannesburg, be on the lookout for rain today with temperatures ranging from 14 to 26. Mahikeng, a mostly sunny day with temperatures reaching a high of 31 degrees. Klerksdorp, the sun is out to play with a maximum of 32 degrees, but also be on the lookout for the 25% chance of rain. A sunny day in Kimberley is to be enjoyed with a maximum temperature of 31. Bloemfontein, it's also a sunny day with a low of 13, reaching a high of 29. Richards Bay, it's a mostly sunny day for you as well, with temperatures reaching a high of 26, but with some thunder showers expected later on in the afternoon. Pietermaritzburg, 11-24, 40% thunder showers. Durban, 18-23, it's a rainy day as well. Do expect some rain today. Mthatha, 8-25, East London, it's clear skies for you, 15-23. It's a sunny day in Cradock, maximum is 29 degrees. Port Elizabeth, you start off your December with a low of 15, reaching a high of 21 degrees. George, 12-21, 50% chance of rain. Cape Town, the mother city, also do expect some showers. Forecast for the day at 55% chance of rain. Worcester, 8-26, a sunny day in Sutherland, 2-22, and Uppington comes through with a low of 12 degrees and a high of 31. That was a final look at your stunning sunrise pictures and the weather forecast for this 1st of December. Whichever part of the country you're in, whatever the weather, make sure to get into this festive season feeling oh so good.
The feel good. You are just living your best life on this December. But it is World AIDS Day, and we will be continuing that conversation with Dr. Emile Reid in just a moment.
Yeah.
If you do have any questions, please do post them on our social media platforms.
We've loved the engagement that's been going on our Facebook, Expresso Morning Show, SABC3, so please do keep those comments coming through. But also a bit later on, we're taking a look at the skin and having a conversation with one of our favorites on the show here. It's Nadia Jafta, who's going to be telling us all about this revolutionary soap that's launched on the 14th of October that's really going to change the way that we look after our skin. So you want to make sure that you don't miss that. We'll see you after this.
Here's to you, can't work from home workers. Bo Terminator, cause every meeting key, I'll be back. The mask forgetting shoppers. And you, who go the extra mile instead of keeping just 1.5 meters. To you who opened your doors again, we take our hats off. Nina, who kept us moving, 100%. And of course, the no Mayini general dealers. You might not be essential workers, Mara, you too played an essential role in keeping Mzansi working. And that's why we're giving you a chance to win your share of 5 million rand. Join Nedbank today.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso on SABC3. It is World AIDS Day today, which was first observed in the year 1988 and has been commemorated on the 1st of December every year since. Now, the theme for this year is ending the HIV and AIDS epidemic, resilience and impact. And the main focus is to call for an increased response to move forward and bringing an end to the epidemic. And here to tell us more about HIV and AIDS, we welcome infectious disease specialist and HIV clinician, Dr. Emil Reed. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Welcome back.
Important topic to discuss.
Truly important. Truly important. South Africa is the country with the highest rates of HIV infections in the entire world, Doctor. For people that don't understand how to differentiate between HIV and AIDS, can you please briefly explain to us what the differences are?
Yes, I think HIV is the virus that infects people. It stands for the human immunodeficiency virus. So HIV is not a disease, HIV is a virus. And what this virus does, it actually depletes one's immune system over many, many years to the point where you have no immune system, which will then lead to secondary infections, amongst other tuberculosis, skin problems, etc. AIDS, on the other side, is the final stage, or probably the most advanced stage of HIV, when your immune system is so weak and your immune system so compromised that you develop specific illnesses associated with a person with a poor immune system. And those include certain infections that would not infect normal individuals that are HIV negative, and it also includes certain cancers. And AIDS is something that we should not be seeing at all anymore, because HIV is easy to diagnose and also fantastically managed in the modern era.
And I mean, Kuhle mentioned, and also earlier in the news, we were talking about South Africa being one of the highest in the world. On a statistical level, what are our numbers at the moment?
Well, it's all based on estimates. And currently we're sitting around about 20% of South Africans, therefore 1 in 5 being HIV positive.
Sure.
And the majority of those are probably between 15 and 49 years of age. But I think it's important to remember that with the evolvement of treatment, we're actually seeing a lot of geriatric HIV patients, meaning that people are living longer. I have hundreds of people over the age of 60 that I take care of myself. And I think our oldest patient is 93 years old.
Wow.
And only last year, the oldest person living with HIV was 100 years of age. Wow. So HIV is definitely not a death sentence at all.
And I think that's one thing that we need to get out there, to push away from the stigma of HIV, and also to understand that it's a low immune system, or you know what I mean, and there are some things that can be done to kind of help sustain you for a longer life. What are some of the early ways or symptoms that people can detect HIV and AIDS?
Well, HIV and AIDS causes various non-specific symptoms over many years. And obviously, by the time you develop symptoms and signs, it probably means that you have an established infection. So the best is to not get to symptomatic HIV and to probably know your status way in advance in order to protect yourself and those around you.
And the best way to know your status, is it just the simple blood, like the prick of the finger?
Yes, I think many different tests exist, so-called point-of-care devices where you actually do a finger prick or oral swab. And those tests are used for surveillance purposes. It is not too sensitive and too specific. We do have blood tests that either test for the antibodies or specifically the genetic material of the virus itself. And those tests are very accurate, very sensitive, very specific. And just to mention it as well, it's not just about getting a test. people that get tested should also be provided with pre-testing and post-testing counseling. So it's very important that they are informed about the disease, very informed about the test they're going to undergo. And even if people test negative, it's important to do post-testing counseling in order to look at that components that led to them having a test in the first place, and also to those factors in order to keep them being HIV negative.
It's all about the education also, just letting people know what this is all about. How can people, you know, I know this is a typical question that a lot of people ask, but how is HIV transmitted?
Well, the majority of HIV gets transmitted through sexual intercourse, which mean that those are, in all likelihood, the prevention strategies that we need to focus on. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with sex. Sex is part of life, it's part of love. And in South Africa, the minority of infections get transmitted through either intravenous drug usage, and then a big component is mother-to-child transmission. So when we look at preventing HIV, we talk about the ABC of sexual health. Number one, abstinence. B, be loyal or be faithful. C, if you cannot do A or B, use a condom. Otherwise, you're going to end up with a D, being a bad diagnosis.
Yeah.
So the most highly tested population in South Africa are, in all likelihood, the pregnant fairies. And in those specific patient population, they get tested early in pregnancy. If they are testing positive, we start them on antiretroviral treatment, which actually makes the chances of the baby contracting HIV close to zero. And I must say, in the last probably 15 years, I have not had one patient who took antiretroviral treatment who were pregnant, who transmitted the virus to her baby. So, I mean, prevention of mother-to-child transmission, very, very important. Also for healthcare providers working with patients, having a needle stick injury, getting exposed to blood products, post-exposure prophylaxis. And something nowadays which is extremely important in those who are unaffected with HIV, something called pre-exposure prophylaxis. And I think it's important for the public to note that HIV-negative patients living a high-risk life can use a tablet to prevent them from contracting HIV. And just around the corner, hopefully next year, we'll be also seeing depot pre-exposure ARVs, which means that people will be able to access an injection of antiretroviral treatment, more or less like contraception, and get an injection once every 2 to 3 months in order to prevent them from contracting HIV.
Yeah. Well, Dr. Emile Reid, you're not going anywhere. We do have another segment, and so stay tuned on your Feel Good Breakfast Show as we have more to talk around HIV and AIDS with Dr. Emile Reid, who will be also joined by Cindy, who was diagnosed with HIV in November in the year 2014. She joins us too to tell us her remarkable story of hope.
All right, let's delve right back into health matters now. Taking care of your skin is vitally important, especially in our beautiful summer weather that can be quite unforgiving on the skin. The relaunched Protex soaps with flaxseed oil offer South Africans revolutionary health benefits, incorporating recognized germ protection using pure cold-pressed flaxseed oil as well. It's been shown to boost anti-germ defenses by 10 times or more. That is quite a statement. And today we're going to chat to two scientists, Dr. Joanna Wu, and prominent South African influencer and good friend on the show, Nadia Jafta, about how beneficial flaxseed oil is for your health. Very good morning, Nadia. Great to have you here. Glowing. Skin is absolutely glowing this morning. Dr. Wu, I'm going to start with you. Thank you so much for joining us all the way on the other side of the world. So, Dr. Wu, you're obviously an expert on this new product. I've got to ask, why is flaxseed oil so good for your skin?
It all comes down to the flaxseed oil formulation. Creates a stronger, long-lasting protection barrier while providing skin with 10 times its natural germ defense. And the key is because flaxseed oil contains very high content of omega-3. It's the first everyday bath soap in South Africa to offer such protection.
It does sound like a game changer, the fact that we're almost kind of carving a new space. Nadia, I would imagine you do operate in the beauty space, and we love the funny Nadia, but you also get the beautiful Nadia. How important is your skin and taking care of that?
So, for me, confidence is everything. As you may know, we've been exposed to the camera and all these things. So we need to feel our best and look our best all the time. And now with summer, being upon us in Cape Town and being unforgiving. And since using the soap, it just helps with the smoothness and the suppleness of my skin. And that's because of the nutrients that's in the soap.
As someone who's now put it to the test for a while, what would you say are some of the benefits for a prolonged use of, in particular, the flaxseed oil?
So I think for overall health, people tend to use the omega-3 capsules, or they incorporate flaxseed into their diets. But I literally use the soap every single day, twice a day, and it just helps me with the hydration of my skin. It gives me that healthy glow.
Well, it's getting quite an endorsement this side, Dr. Wu. I think soap definitely obviously sounds like an easy way, and we're doing so much with this one particular product. I think we all bath and shower every day, or at least we should all be bathing and showering every day. Maybe not my 3-year-old, who doesn't seem to love it, but I've got to ask, how often, Dr. Wu, can we use this soap? Is it an everyday kind of thing?
Yes, a huge benefit is Protex with this flaxseed oil is perfectly suited to all skin types and all family members. Flaxseed oil formulation makes it perfect for everyday soap. It is harsh on germs, but gentle on skin. And that is the beauty of the flaxseed oil.
It really has, I think, carved a niche for itself, and I would imagine a lot of South Africans are going to embrace this product. Dr. Wu, thank you so much for your insights and for joining us so bright and early on your side of the world. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Nadia, thank you so much for just looking so beautiful and giving a glowing endorsement of the product.
Hydrated skin.
The one thing I know about you as well is that you are completely authentic in absolutely everything that you do. So if you are giving it this kind of endorsement, then I know that it's working for you, and chances are it's going to work for you guys as well. There are so many benefits of flaxseed oil that will keep your skin happy and healthy. And now with the new Protex with flaxseed oil, you can boost your natural germ defense by 10 times or more. So we want to know from you, what are your favorite Protex with flaxseed oil benefits? Let us know on our Expresso social media pages using the hashtag #ProtectYourHealth.
There are so many benefits. It's hard to try and figure out which ones are my favorite standout ones. What are your favorite Protex flaxseeds benefits?
Love all of them. I'm going to look like Nadia Jafta for that glow. For
yes,
just that oozing
the radiance of skin is important. Well, we want to find out from you. We know that we want you to have a healthy skin. Yes, that's true, but we're giving you the chance to win this incredible Protex flaxseed hamper. And all you have to do is answer the competition question, which we've just asked each other now.
Indeed.
What is your favorite Protex flaxseed oil benefit?
Yes, and don't forget to use that hashtag #ProtectYourHealth. Now, the competition does close on the 4th of December. The T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. So get creative. Let us know what flaxseed benefits you want for your skin. It's just a glow.
The glow is going to be a trending one.
But Protex is different. Its reinvented formula with flaxseed oil boosts your skin's natural anti-germ defenses by 10 times more. So, what keeps us healthy?
Protex!
Good health starts here.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. You are just in time as we continue our conversation around World AIDS Day, and we are joined by infectious disease specialist and HIV clinician, Dr. Emil Reed, who is also now joined by one of Dr. Reed's professional patients, Cindy Pavasek. Now, earlier I got the date wrong, but Cindy was infected with HIV in the year 2004 and has since been working as an HIV activist. She is also joining us this morning to share a little bit more about her journey with HIV and AIDS. Now, Dr. Reed, I actually feel like today is a very important day to have these type of conversations where for someone that is HIV positive, how can they be encouraged to live a normal life?
That's a fantastic question. And I think the most important thing is to remember that one of the goals of antiretroviral treatment is to suppress the virus load completely. And I call it the speed of the virus. And that speed that you take in order to become sick, to get to the hospital, or that speed that you take to get to the graveyard when you die. So when you actually switch off the virus load and suppress it to zero, your speed is zero, which means you cannot move to the hospital, which means you cannot move to the graveyard, which also mean that you cannot transmit the virus, meaning that if your virus load is suppressed and you continue to take your medication, means you can live a normal life. You can have babies in the normal way because you cannot transmit the virus.
So you can also be in a healthy sexual relationship with someone else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And what is it that people need to do as soon as they find out that they're infected with HIV?
Well, I think the most important thing is for people to go through the phases. Obviously, being shocked, being disappointed, being angry, you want to vent to somebody. And I think those are the normal processes that people get through. So towards the end of that venting period, I think one needs to find a good clinician to go to have an open and honest discussion about your condition, to get counseled regarding your disease and also the future, and to take it from there. Baseline bloods to be drawn, deciding on when is the correct time to initiate or commence antiviral treatment, and to build a special bond with your primary caregiver, because that relationship is not going to last for a year or two. It's a relationship that usually lasts forever, and for either the doctor passes or the patient passes.
Sure, it's a commitment. Now, Cindy, did you go through those phases in the year 2004?
I most certainly did, yes. I also didn't disclose my status very early. I didn't go into medication early either, because those years, the information wasn't really there. And obviously now, at this point, I will advise people to really get themselves sorted well in advance of acquiring, because I was diagnosed with AIDS, in fact.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when did you reach that point where you were comfortable to talk about it?
6 years. It took me 6 years to do so, especially in that era. It's people have grown now and they're much more open about their status, not as they should be, but they have developed over time, and that bit more comfortable disclosing their status now, going on medication earlier, because of all the information that is out there. And that was part of the reason why I went public with my status, was because I realized there were people that didn't have anyone to speak to, and they would rather speak to somebody that is in the know and has been through it. And hence my disclosure. It took me a while. It was scary.
6 years. I mean, it's understandably so, because you've mentioned because of the lack of information that was out there, people weren't as open about having these kinds of conversations. I'm pretty sure that you've also gone through some discrimination in your life, and that's what we're trying to move away from.
Totally, but I think people have been too scared to say anything to me.
Would you kindly share, some of the things that you have gone through after you have shared or disclosed your status?
Well, when I did go with my partner to hospital, when I took him prior to my being tested, there was definitely discrimination by the nursing staff,
Really?
the hospital staff. Sorry, Dr. Emil, but it's a true story. His status was disclosed in the hospital room in a general ward, and that to me is a major discrimination against your personal life.
And your personal information.
Your personal information, absolutely.
Yeah. And I just want to add on, I'm so sorry,
Go for
Zoe,
it.
just try, in this notion of moving away from the stigma of HIV, you know, what is the HIV stigma, doctor?
Well, I think exactly what Cindy said. You know, people are being discriminated against purely based on their status. And hence the reason for people not to disclose, hence the reason for people to actually keep it quiet. And I mean, having said earlier, you know, if you have a virus load that is suppressed or zero, why do you have to disclose? You know, because you are not putting anybody at any danger or in any danger. So why should you disclose? And the big thing is to remember is that HIV doesn't have a face. HIV doesn't have a trademark. People are not walking around with stamps on their forehead saying, I'm HIV positive. So divulging your status to those you are intimate with and those who are close to you is a moral and ethical thing. And patients should do it as soon as they feel comfortable to do it.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. This is the type of topic I feel like we need to unpack even more and more. I feel like there was something you wanted to say.
It's pretty much that people are in fear of and I choose not to use the word stigma. I use the word discrimination because they're discriminated against. That fear of being rejected is so huge still among certain cultures especially that you just need somebody out there that is HIV positive to be able to say, come speak to me.
And you're doing
does
just
help.
that.
When can people speak to you, Cindy?
I'm easy to find. You just Google Cindy HIV, you'll find me.
Well, Cindy, thank you so much for joining us this morning,
My
Dr.
pleasure.
Emil
Thank you
Reid.
for having
Thank
me.
you. And as we continue on the today World AIDS Day, let's continue to have these conversations and educate ourselves.
I love you, Cindy. Fantastic work. Thank you very much. And thank you so much, Dr. Emil Reid. It is Health Tuesdays here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Time for us now to talk about our diets and a balanced lifestyle. Now, we know that living a well-balanced lifestyle with moderate exercise and a diverse diet is the key to living a long and healthy life. It really is. But often overindulging in eating junk foods does get the better of us. We're only human. It happens, especially over the festive season, which may result in long-term health conditions. And we chat to dietitian Tessa Hill on the correlation between diet and health, as well as how overindulging on junk food can actually sabotage our immune system. Tessa, good morning. So good to have you here today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, let's talk about the correlation between food and, I suppose, our immune system. So the food that we eat and our health. What is the relationship there, or the correlation?
Well, there's a really strong correlation because you can imagine that food is a way for our bodies to get the nutrients we need.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's that direct reflection saying you are what you eat.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
So the better you eat, the healthier you eat, the much better your health is going to be.
I often see the word inflammation coming through and trending very often, especially when it comes to conversations that have got to do with the immune system. What exactly is inflammation and what contributes to the damage that we can expect when it comes to our immune system and that we see, I suppose, manifesting in inflammation?
So inflammation is the body's defense mechanism. It's actually a very natural response. And it's generally when we get an injury or an infection. So you can imagine if you stub your toe or cut your finger, it starts to go hot and red and swollen.
Yeah.
That's very normal. It's almost your body starting to try and heal itself. But what happens is that when we get this long-term ongoing kind of healing process, our bodies can't really handle it anymore. We kind of say it goes off the rails, and this kind of starts becoming more long-term chronic.
Yes.
And this, unfortunately, can actually be quite detrimental to our health.
Well, the thing is, overindulging happens. It does happen. And in the festive season, even more so than any other time of the year. I mean, we were having this conversation just in the makeup room, talking about people are really about to step into the season of eating everything, all the junk food, all the over-processed foods that you can imagine. What sort of damage can those cause?
So if we overindulge in processed foods, again, we're not giving our bodies that chance to get all the nutrients we need, because processed foods are generally quite high in a lot of the added salts, saturated fats, the added sugars. And we know long-term eating this is not going to aid our immune system. So again, inflammation and that chronic long-term inflammation is going to happen. But we also see generally over the festive season, you know, that there's a little bit of that extra weight gain that can happen. And
I mean, if you're eating a burger like what we've just seen there, that stacked up burger, that's what you are going to get.
Yeah. So we'll see if we're having a lot of those foods, we're not, again, optimizing that. And unfortunately, something like those long-term detrimental health effects can happen.
Diabetes is an issue. Arthritis, IBS, there's a whole list and a whole host of issues that can arise. Do these cause chronic inflammation or damage to the immune system?
So actually, these kind of health issues are one of the results from having long-term chronic inflammation. I think it's really important to realize, though, that it's not necessarily diet alone, right? We've got to think about our lifestyle. So not getting enough sleep, not being active enough, right? Especially you get a bit lazy during the holiday season. As well as things like smoking. It's also quite a bad one. And things like if we're carrying a little bit of extra weight, that can also lead to those long-term kind of that inflammatory state, meaning that we can, you know, put ourselves at risk of getting diabetes or arthritis.
The beauty of this conversation, Tessa, is that we're showing everyone, or you're saying to me and everybody else out there watching, that there is solutions, or there are solutions, there are ways in which we can mitigate these factors and, of course, do the right thing with our immune system and our health. Thank you very much for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Fantastic chat. Well, it's time to hear from you, South Africa. Immuenza is giving away some amazing experiences, and all of these are valued at 5,000 Rand each, from skydiving to personalized food experiences with a chef, advanced driving, or even shark cage diving. And it's all the fun things. All you have to do is reply to the Immuenza competition post on the Expresso Facebook page or our Twitter page at Expresso Show, and tell us which of the 6 experiences would you love to win and why. Make sure to use that hashtag Immuenza, and this competition will close tonight at midnight. The T's and C's, you can find them on our website, expressoshow.com. Good luck.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with Immuenza.
Are you ready to stand a chance to win 100% goodness prizes with Crush, such as Nutri Bullets, Veggie Bullets, Tefal kitchen appliances, bar fridges, skincare products, fitness products, and vouchers? 100% you are. 100% goodness winners will be announced daily on Expresso from Monday to Friday from September through December. To enter, buy Crush promo packs. See the back of the label to scratch, and if you find a unique code, dial the USSD number on the pack to stand a chance to win immediate prizes or go into the grand prize draw. If you do not find a unique code, keep buying Crush to find the hidden codes. Crush is 100% fruity, fresh, tasty, and refreshing.
Made with love by Clover.
Let's now continue with our health topic on this vitally important World AIDS Day. We are now joined by the chair of the AIDS Consortium, Judy Nokeri, along with Thabo, Tropica and Ntokozo, who have all been infected with HIV and are very brave to put themselves on this platform to talk about it for our benefit this morning. Now here to talk about the groundbreaking book, Young, Gifted and Positive. Sounds amazing. And that tells the incredible story of 25 young South Africans currently living with HIV. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thanks. Good morning.
So good to be hosting you on this very important day, which I think was in danger of completely being overshadowed by the fact that we are in a COVID year. This particular book and the opportunity to focus, as you've chosen to do, on 25 young South Africans, why do you think this is so important right now in the context of what's going on?
The book comes at a very important time in our history and in terms of where the world is today with all this loss and uncertainty. But it is important to capture the 25 stories. This is a story that then represents hundreds of thousands of other young people who are either born with HIV, contracted HIV as a result of violence, gender-based violence. But the most powerful story that comes from the book is just the power of young people, the resilience, the drive, the determination, and out of all this pain, just incredible joy. And that is why we've titled the book Young, Gifted and Positive.
Absolutely love the title, and I love the fact that you've chosen to highlight this narrative right now. This future lies in the hands of young people just like you. Thabo, you contracted HIV in 2019, as you've shared with us, through unprotected sex. How difficult was it hearing that information, and then how were you able to wrap your head around it? What was that process like?
It was so difficult finding out about how I contracted HIV. But when time goes on, I told myself that there is no need for me to stigmatize, because I always switched off other people. I didn't want anyone nearby me or around me. But then when time goes on, I told myself, yeah, I should live positive.
And you're not alone.
Yeah, I'm not alone.
Tropica and Ntokozo, you were both infected since birth. You had no choice in the life that has been given to you. What has that experience been like? I would imagine there's phases of it, but how have you come to terms with the fact that you have HIV?
Well, for me, at the beginning, it was pretty hard because, well, I found out that I had HIV in 2015, but I was taking medication like 3 years prior, but my mom didn't tell me why I was taking medication. She was like, you're taking medication so that the meningitis doesn't come back, because that's when they found out that I had HIV, when I had meningitis. Yeah, so, but she finally told me the truth, and at first it was hard, but like I put myself in her situation. She didn't really choose, she didn't have a choice. I've come out to like a lot of people. I'm very like outspoken on it right now. So I feel like it changed me positively.
Wow.
And just made me see the world differently, people differently, because my old school, primary school, there used to be a song that people sang like, HIV is a killer, and it was approved by like the whole system, the whole school, the teachers, they even sang it through assembly. And when I found out I had HIV, like I was like too scared.
That doesn't apply to me, yeah?
Yeah, like it was just a no-no for primary school, but when I got to high school, I was just like, you know what, let me live my life.
Gonna own it.
Yep.
And thank you so much for doing that. And Ntokozo, why have you decided to share your story and your place in the world with the rest of the world?
Okay, first I want to say thank you for having me. I believe that I'm HIV positive for a purpose, for a reason. I believe that I'm here to change somebody's life. Me telling my story, sharing my life with others, it's to inspire and to tell other young boys and girls that even if you are HIV positive, it doesn't mean that it's the end of the world. You can still be successful, you can still reach your dreams, you can still reach your goals, you know. So me sharing my story is to educate others that it is very important as a young woman or a man to get tested and to know your HIV status. It's such a blessing because I see the world in a different way now. If I can take you to my clinic where I get my medication, so we have a support group. They made me the youth leader, and I've been AIDS Healthcare Foundation Youth Ambassador, so they embrace me. You know, they show me that we like you who you are. We don't care that you are HIV positive, you know. It's just that we need you to embrace yourself, educate others that it's best to know yourself.
Know yourself, know your status, and live positively. Judy, thank you so much for creating this. I wish I could speak with you guys for hours, but I have a feeling the best way to pick up this story is to get your hands on the book and read and be inspired by incredible young South Africans. Guys, thank you so much. Thabo, thank you so much as well for coming on and sharing your story. A massive thank you to, of course, the chair of the AIDS Consortium, Judy and Thabo and Tropica and Ntokozo, for being so incredibly brave and for sharing their stories with us this morning. And as the world is currently fighting COVID-19 on this World AIDS Day, let us not forget that the HIV and AIDS epidemic is not over yet. We need to make sure that we know our status and we encourage those around us to get tested as soon as possible. To read more about our guests and other inspiring young people's journeys with HIV, you can get a copy of Young, Gifted and Positive.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your feel-good breakfast show. Time for us to spend some time in the kitchen. And when you think about this, on a gorgeous day, who doesn't love a picnic? It is an ideal way to spread the sunshine and to enjoy the company of others in the great outdoors. Now, what you should be packing into your summer picnic basket are some antipasto bread spirals that Clem is about to show us how to make, and he promised me it's quick and easy.
It is. It's super
quick and easy. I love easy recipes.
Because everything we're going to use for the bread we've made before, and we've actually used the tear and share bread, which is so amazing. And you commented about this already. The dish.
Get the ceramic, the stoneware.
Yeah.
So everything you need is already in there.
It's already in there. So what I've done is I've taken an already amazing recipe and I've just like stepped it up a little bit.
Personalized.
Absolutely. And that's what it is. It's about taking the recipe that's been given to you and making it your own.
Okay.
So prepared the dough, which is the dough we have over here, and then I prepared my dish with a little bit of butter, and then you can use some non-stick kitchen spray just to make sure it doesn't stick. Now we're going to start layering in all our flavors.
Okay.
So we're going to make a stuffed spiral bread.
A stuffed spiral bread. This sounds amazing, not just for a picnic, but for breakfast.
Oh, absolutely.
For a midnight snack.
Yes, yes. Wake up at 1 o'clock and make this recipe. You won't regret it.
No,
you
you
might, but you won't.
You can have it for breakfast the next day too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so I'm gonna need your help. So I've got the pepperdew relish. That's gonna be our first layer that we add. And while you're busy with that, have you had the St. Louis soft cheese?
I have. It is delicious.
It is so good. It's like a little celebration cheese. If you had a bad day, have this cheese. If you had a good day, have this cheese. If you had a day, have this cheese.
Just have the cheese.
Have the cheese. It is so good.
So
okay.
Quickly, you instructed me to spread it everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, don't make it too full because we're going to roll it up, so it's going to come out the sides.
Okay, I hear you.
What I also like is that the cheese comes in this, I want to say doily, but it's not, but this beautiful little wrapper. She comes in a skirt.
A skirt.
She comes in a skirt. And what I always do is...
Better than a doily.
A little fancy doily. I take it out the fridge about... I'm going to be honest with you. If I know I'm going to have it for lunch, I'll take it out in the morning. And I'll just leave it on the counter.
You want it room temperature?
Yeah, so the cheese actually gets a little like soft in the inside the longer you leave it out. And then the flavors are just like mind-blowing.
That is an excellent cheese. Is this enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. The cheese is so beautiful. It's not overpowering. It's just creamy, and it melts so beautifully. So what we're going to do with that is I'm going to pass it to you again. You can just start dotting that on the cheese.
Just anywhere.
Yeah. Are you fine to do that?
Yes, I love being busy in the kitchen. Because now I get to claim I made it.
Okay, but now someone's going to get a giant chunk of cheese. No, it's fine. It's okay. But for these ones, you just like tear them up a little bit.
But that's what you gave me.
It's fine. Someone's going to get very lucky with that big chunk of cheese.
Was I supposed to chop it up?
Nah, you can just kind of tear it and then place it everywhere.
Okay, I'll do this again.
No. It's good. That's what I kind of like about recipes like this. There is no wrong way to do it. There's no wrong way to do it. Okay. This cheese, honestly, is absolutely amazing. I mean, just snacking on its own with this pepperdew relish, absolutely amazing. In the bread, so good. I love it. I love it.
So for this specific recipe, you'll only use half?
Yeah. I mean, if you're feeling generous, go with the whole piece of cheese. I'm just kind of planning for after the show when I want a little snacky snack,
okay,
and
so
I'm going for the cheese.
This, so
that's for me. Okay, so then I've got these grilled artichokes, and these are delicious. The flavor combination between the sweet pepperdew relish, the creaminess of that cheese, and the earthiness of these are so good. So you can just scatter those all over.
Scatter it.
Then I'm gonna go for the Italian antipasto selection. This is where the antipasto part comes in.
All of it?
These cured meats are absolutely delicious, and it's made with the traditional recipe, and they dry cured. They are so good.
And you get a whole selection in one packet.
Absolutely, it's something for everyone. It's like a box of... Actually, I love chocolates, but if you want to like really surprise me, don't give me a box of chocolates, give me a box of meat. And these are so delicious. These are my wife's absolute favorite. Absolutely. So we're going to go with this.
Okay, so you look like someone that loves putting a picnic basket together.
Absolutely. There we go. Okay, now what you do is you just take them off and kind of like dot them around there. Absolutely. I love putting picnic baskets together, and it doesn't have to be at a specific location. It doesn't have to be in a garden. It doesn't have to be in a park somewhere.
Like that.
The very first date I ever had with Megan was we were supposed to go to Kirstenbosch, but it was way too windy. I changed plan. The whole picnic ended up being in our lounge, and it was amazing. And today, we're married. So take the advice. Okay, that looks so good.
My hands are sanitized, but this is also...
Absolutely. So what we're going to do with that is we're going to roll it up like a big sausage, and then we're going to cut it into pieces. And then we're going to stack them into our beautiful dish that we already have, and you're going to bake it. But you can keep it doing your thing, but I just want to show you how absolutely amazing this is. It's so good. Talking about those dishes that we baked in, last week we said we're going to show you viewers how we actually... This is what the soot cookies came in. Ooh. And I said when you're done with it, bake with it. And this is our bread we baked inside of there. It is so beautiful.
You can just reuse this.
Time and time again. Absolutely. And we've got these cheese rolls. Honestly, for picnics, these are amazing. They're so buttery and delicious. You do that with a bit of hummus, happiness. The Dietary breads are so delicious. This bread, that cheese.
Winner. Actually, it
Winner.
looks like the cheese will fit perfectly in that hole.
It actually does fit perfectly in the hole. We pop the whole thing in the oven 10 minutes and everybody's going to be happy. Everything's sorted when it comes to picnics. In fact, you don't have to prepare anything. You walk into the store, pick your favorite things, go and get the little goodies I'm going to show you in a minute. You will have the best picnic. The best picnic
I love picnics. I absolutely love picnics, but I feel like we need to actually take this delicious bread that you've just made, the antipasto bread, and take it to a picnic.
Absolutely. Say goodbye to the people. I've got to run over there.
Okay, you go.
Kuchle's just parading for picnics, but Kuchle loves picnics.
Living my best life. Listen,
She loves
Chef Clem,
picnics.
I think, Chef Clem, maybe you perhaps stand that
Let's
side,
do this.
okay? So we can social distance. December is here. It's the 1st of December. Let the festivities begin. If the South African sunshine isn't a good enough reason to be picnicking outdoors and dining al fresco, then take it as the greatest way to socially distance and still be able to see your people. And Chef Clem is here to picnic with us. So beautiful. I absolutely love the setup when I Chef Clem. You know, in order to have any kind of outdoor fun, we need to get through with the outdoor accessories.
Absolutely. So let's start from the bottom and work our way up.
Yeah.
Starting on the bottom is your picnic blanket. And we've spoken about this picnic blanket is so soft. Also very important is that it's lined at the bottom. Because if the grass is damp at the bottom and you put a normal blanket down, it's going to come through, everybody's going to have a... Nah, we don't want that. So this stops all the moisture coming through, and it is so soft. Absolutely.
Beautiful as well.
While I've got it in my hand, these beautiful plates, the melamine plates, they are so durable and light. Dishwasher safe, like my spirit, unbreakable, you know? And the fact that it's light is very important because you don't want to be like lugging with heavy picnic baskets. Kirsten Bosch, you know those stairs. And if you've got giant platters in your hand, no. So the same thing with a lightweight material goes for the plate, for the bowl, and who says you can't have a centerpiece at your picnic?
I mean, I was about to add that this is a fancy picnic.
It is. So, unbreakable, we're calling it that, but also lightweight, same thing goes for our glasses. And they look like real glass. You don't want to compromise.
As soon as I picked it up, to be honest with you, that's when because you expect for it to feel like glass, a little bit heavier,
but it's
because
fancy.
It looks like glass.
It's fancy, absolutely. So the jug as well. Packing in jugs is really cool, especially because you don't want to be going to a picnic basket time and getting that bottle out. Get one beautiful jug, and then that just makes your life so much easier, and you pop it in the center. For those people, me, that do spill, these are so beautiful and fancy. And again, the tops aren't glass. None of it's glass. None of it's glass. Right. So it's
even for your children, also it works out perfectly. You know.
I feel you. Okay, let's go to the cushions. If you are having a picnic, consider yourself and your guests sitting on a hard ground. It's going to get uncomfortable, and you want people to spend hours at your picnic, right?
Yeah.
It starts with the cushion. And by the way, these covers on the cushions are made from recycled plastic.
Oh, we love that.
We love that, absolutely.
And also they're just super comfy.
And firm. You need that, absolutely. So what haven't we spoken about? We've spoken about, the towels.
How can we forget? Because we can have picnics at the beach.
Absolutely, and these capri towels are absolutely amazing. They have a velour finish, which makes them so soft. They're so good. Oh, by the way, the melamine is not just melamine. It's 100% virgin melamine, which means dishwasher safe as well.
Oh, we love that.
And it's not going to discolor, it's not going to change color. It's done. Right, now, drinks, right? You don't, like I said, you don't need to go to a park or to a venue. Have your picnic at home. Okay? And then that makes life so much easier for you to pack up everything, but then set up a drink station. If you're having guests over, the worst thing is every time you sit down, your next guest needs another drink and you're up again.
True. That's
set up a little drink station so they let them help them, and they like helping themselves. Let's put something together. So what I did was I made a syrup out of sugar, cardamom, star anise, cinnamon, all the Christmassy flavors. And then I added a rooibos tea bag to it. So normally in Europe, they do glühwein, which is a heated wine. It's like 30 degrees. We don't need that.
No. We need something cooling.
So we're going to bring those flavors through, but I'm going to chill everything. Everything's chilled.
Okay.
These beautiful Riedel glasses and gin glasses at Woolies, these are glass. But this is for your at-home picnic where you can't have it. Okay, so your syrup goes in, and it's nice and sweet. You can actually smell that. It smells like Christmas.
Oh my goodness.
We have the recipe. We'll make sure
in there as well.
Cinnamon's in there. Absolutely.
Jumping out.
The cardamom gives it such a beautiful flavor. Then put the syrup back over here. Clement Gold juice, which is an absolute.
What? Sorry.
Clement Gold juice. Brought to you by Clem himself. The original flavor of Christmas. It is. And it is. It is.
I love that. The
Cream and
original
gold.
flavor of Christmas.
Cream and gold is original flavor of Christmas. Okay, they're rushing me now. Lucia, okay, cool. Here we go. So, cream and gold goes in, okay? The citrus with that beautiful syrup in there is so delicious. So now it's quite sweet, quite tangy right now. What we're going to do is we're going to balance that out. And for that, we've got these beautiful tonic waters, and I'm using the sugar-free one because you've got the sugar in there already.
Yes, yes, yes.
I've missed slightly, so I'm going to move the glass over there. You're going to top that up, and you can add ice to it. And this is a virgin cocktail, but you can add any spirit that you like.
Oh, yeah, it has that bubbly.
It has that
feeling.
bubbly.
All about bubbly.
It has that bubbly.
December.
And then what I've done is I've taken some grapefruit, again, adding more bitterness to it. And I've just put some sugar over it, and then I've burnt the sugar over the grapefruit, because we fancy like that. And it's kind of like when you get your guests around the table and you do that, it's kind of a performance that you have for your guests. They feel fancy, they feel special.
Everyone feels fancy.
Is it gonna fit? Is it gonna fit? Oh, it's just gonna lay there on the top.
Oh, look.
It's ice cold, it's so chilled, it's delicious. I'm telling you, prepare a picnic like this. and
Everyone will be happy.
It's gonna be legendary, legendary. Do you like it? Have I done well?
You have done absolutely well.
Can I get a grapefruit very quickly from you?
No problemo.
There we go.
You go, Chef Clem.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chef Clem. Listen, everybody, this is the perfect way to enjoy your December. Thank you so much for joining us here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. It has been fantastic.
It's done.
Almost done. Done!
Yes, what's
Hey!
Clover celebrates spring with exciting giveaways. Look out for selected Clover products in store to stand a chance to win. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.
If you want quickly frame me one, I don't think she can see me. You frame me tighter. Let me see.
Thank you, Mike.
See, bitch. Bitch. Jason, I don't know what is that. Is she gone? Is she still there? Is she gone?
Why is it like that?
Eh?
Why is the thing like that?
I mean a ghost. Rele Bochana? Rele Bocha? Hello. I can't hear you. Put your sound on. Mic 5, please. De la Boja.
Can she hear you?
No, I'm trying to. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Can you put your mic on?
5 meters.